Alright. Hello and welcome to anyone watching this past, present, or future. And welcome to a fun little stream that I thought of just yesterday. Because I know the other day I was making my schedule. And I was thinking, I could just have fun going down a wiki, just studying demons and everything. Because, I have my emotes based off the Solomon Key and everything with Funny Owl Prince and a Hell President. But then something... no, I know exactly what did it. Then one of my friends, one of my streamer pals, so peculiar. I hope I spelled that right. If I didn't, just make sure you spell peculiar better than I do. Was asking for on their channel every other Thursday, they make D&D builds live, essentially taking requests from people to make characters from like anime and the like, and make them into a D&D build. And I made the suggestion of, well, why don't you just pick your favorite Pokemon and make it off of that? And then it made me think, but what if I take my good ideas that I just suggested and did that too? And my brain has not stopped about thinking of it. So that's what we're going to do tonight instead. No demonology today, only Pokemon D&D. And it seems like a lot of people were a lot more hyped for it, so hey, I guess I made the right decision. So, we are gonna get into it. Dude, let's get into it. Alright, we're gonna open interwebs. If I could find you. Alright. Oh, you summoned the boys? Alright. Well, we'll start off with the prince. He's a special boy, he gets priority. Oh hey, Syphils, how you doing? If anyone doesn't know Syphils, we rated her. I believe your pronouns are her. If not, do correct me. Yeah, no, we rated her a little bit ago. She is a really cool centipede VTuber, which is something I haven't seen before, and I know they were doing a randomizer of Pokemon Emerald for some self-care. So, yeah, we're gonna give them a little shout-out. Her. Got it. Good to know. Yeah, we'll give you a shout-out, Syphils, because you're pretty cool. Yeah. This is one of 2 demons you can summon live on stream. Right now, if you're uninformed, my dear centipede friend, this boy over here, you know what? I don't mind showing our first contestant because we know, if anyone's been following my Twitter, you know. He's upside down right now for my convenience. But this is Stolas. He is a Prince of Hell. If you summon him, he teaches you things like poisonous plants, herbs, precious stones, and astronomy. He's got 26 legions of demons, but he's just a funny little guy. Oh, of course, the other demon. And our other demon is Amy, President of Hell. I shit you not, if you look at the Solomon Key, there's just a demon named Amy. He is a president of Hell from year 666 to today. And he's got 6 legions of demons and will teach you liberal arts. Let's just get Amy out. Hey Silver, how you doing? Oh god, okay. Alright, looks like we have to adjust interwebs, because interwebs likes to be a little baby. Alright, interwebs, we're gonna adjust you, because apparently when I go into, you know, slideshow, you like to be all scrumbled to the right. I can't believe Google would really go to the right. Where's interwebs? Where did I put interwebs? Alright, we're gonna move you more so over here, and I hope that looks better. I'm just gonna... Oh god, okay. Alright, everyone. I just want to do my funny slideshow, and you're doing all your redeems immediately. There we go. Got my pretty little flower on. Thank you, Silver Frog. Now I just need to see how it looks. Alright. Looking at my... cool. It's super... Still off. Okay. Cool. Hey, if it helps, interwebs may hide who's next. Let's see if this works better. Come on, D&D. Come on, slideshow. Yes! Alright, cool. So yeah, tonight we're making Pokemon build, D&D builds based on Pokemon. Tonight I have 3 planned, and I don't know if I'll do this again, but I wanted to do this, and I think it's really fun. And we're gonna start with our first character of the night, Raichu. Now, you may be asking, hey, Pan, why the fuck is Raichu here? Isn't the Pokemon mascot like Pichu? Pichu's like, not fucking Pikachu. Pichu's just a baby. But like everyone cares about Pikachu this, Pikachu that. You know, he's the mascot. He's what most people think of when they think of Pokemon. Also, god damn it doesn't even show Raichu. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, I don't know how to please you, Roll. I don't know how to please you. How do I please you, OBS? Do you want interwebs to be higher? I'm just mad. I'm just mad at OBS right now. Please give me good. And I can't just see it while. Here, why don't we have it? Can we make interwebs smaller, maybe? Will that help? I hope this isn't the answer, because this will be a massive inconvenience for me personally. It kinda does. Alright, so we're gonna have interwebs be... I think we're just gonna have interwebs be higher up. Alright, let's see. Does this look good? Does this look good? Are you happy, OBS? It's a little jank. I'm just gonna move it. Just a little... No. Just a little bit here, and I think we'll be good. Please, OBS, please. Good enough. But yes, Raichu. Why Raichu in particular? Well, if anyone knows the Pokedex entry for Leaf Green and Fire Red, Raichu is said to knock out an Indian elephant with about... I'm gonna double check the wordage here, so don't mind me. Just gonna be looking up Raichu. Just gonna see exactly how many volts. Come on, Raichu, come on. Yeah, let's see. In Fire Red, its electrical charges can reach up to 100,000 volts. Careless contact can cause an Indian elephant to faint. Now you may ask, okay, cool, what the fuck does that mean? Well, that's when we get to our goals for this build. For this build, we simply want to try and one-shot an elephant in D&D with electrical damage. Now, you may ask, how much health does an elephant have? Thankfully, I've looked this up and it's 76. 76 is the health of an elephant in D&D. So we just need our Raichu to somehow deal a reliable 67 damage of electrical damage in particular. So yeah, we're gonna go hopefully knucking Fuds on DPS and damage. So first off, you gotta ask ourselves, if we're playing Raichu, how are we going to be playing Raichu? After all, he's a funny little mouse. And there's not a funny mouse Pokemon funny mouse race in D&D, though you would probably still have homebrews on it. But as D&D is currently, there is no mouse race. Now Raichu is small. I think that's fair to say. He's a mouse. So you could think, all right, could he be a halfling or a gnome? If he's a halfling, I don't really see the halfling because halflings have more luck and have abilities either related to stealth or helping their saving throws. I don't think that really fits Raichu. And then there's gnome, which is more around like magical resistance and intelligence. And I don't normally go for this option because I feel like usually I can find something in 5e that sort of matches the flavor. So I use this sparingly, but I think we are going to use custom lineage. Now I'm gonna double check custom lineage because I don't use it often. unlike a lot of other D&D builds and everything that just slap custom lineage onto everything. I tried using it very sparingly. Mostly because I mostly think you can get what you want out of most builds. So yeah, we are going to be custom lineage. We're gonna make this. Where's our format? Yep, we're gonna be I can spell custom lineage mouse lad. He's gonna be small, 30-foot movement speed. Let's see. We could choose one ability score up by 2. And for us, I think Raichu's a cute little guy. He's a cute, powerful little mouse. So he's gonna have +2 charisma. Especially because he's from the, he comes from the mascot. He had to be charismatic. And we're gonna get a feat. Now, for this, oh yeah, double windows, double wiki.windows. windows. For this, we're gonna get a very key feat for our build. And this is going to be Elemental Adept. Now, Elemental Adept allows, when you gain this feat, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. In our case, we're going to be picking lightning. Spells can ignore resistance to damage from the chosen type. In addition, when you roll a damage on a spell, you can spells you can cast ignore the damage resistance of that type. In addition, when you roll damage to a spell that casts that damage type, you can treat any one as a 2 with damage. And you can pick this feat for multiple different elements, but for us, we're mostly just going to keep it for lightning. So, yeah, we're going to get Elemental Adept. Oh. gotta put parentheses lightning. So in this case, if we ever deal with someone who has resistance to lightning, we will never have to worry about them having the damage. They'll take the full damage, and also this just increases our odds of having high damage, which is what we want. And next we have a choice between dark vision and a skill. Why don't we just take a quick look at Raichu, see if he's got anything that's like a particular skill. Let's see. Christine Bull's muscles are stimulated, becomes more aggressive than usual. Ooh. Chocopal just. I'm gonna say we're gonna give a free skill to Arcana, because skimming through some of those Pokedex entries for Raichu, it seems like Raichu has to be very aware of the fact they have high voltage and sort of their like personal charge and how it sort of goes off. And it seems like they're very, very aware of it, so they have probably attempted to control it. And I feel like Arcana is probably the best way to deal with that. So we're going to do Arcana Prof. Alright. Next, what is our background? Where do we come from? Where do we go? Now, this one I have to kind of think. So I'm going to be going out and sort of looking at some of the backgrounds here. Now, I am thinking we probably are going to be we have to find a background in which we have to encounter an elephant. Because I feel like with a Pokedex that specific, I feel like it's a part of Raichu's lore that Raichu has encountered and had a bad experience with an elephant. To sort of feel this rise of power to try and smite an elephant with so much electricity, so many volts. So I think from that perspective, although I do think Raichu could be considered a criminal for that, I don't think that's going to be the case unless they did that in like a zoo in a public space. Gladiator could work, because, you know, you get a lot of exotic animals there to fight, you know, with lions and cheetahs. Might as well throw an elephant in there. So we could do Gladiator. We could do... Let's still check what Outlander is, because I know Outlanders grew up in the wilds, far from civilization. You know, I don't feel like Raichu would be far away from civilization and technology, because although you could find a Pikachu in Viridian Forest, they're really rare there. They're more common in, they're way more common in the power plant in Kanto. We're going to use that as their sort of base location where they're probably their most populated, and they're... Yeah, so I don't think Outlander's going to work. Let's see. Anything else? Our spy, Raichu. I don't think Raichu's a bounty hunter. I don't think Raichu was in the circus. Okay. So, in that case... Ooh, okay. Oh, that's cute. I never really thought about that. That the Raichu thing may come from the whole idea of an elephant being afraid of a mouse. That's actually really cute. Also, hot take, they weren't predicting Gen 8. They were predicting Gen 2, because Donphan exists. But he's immune to Raichu. At least with electricity. I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna do Entertainer. And here's sort of my mind space on why we're gonna make Raichu an Entertainer. Okay? So Raichu used to be Pikachu back in the day, right? That's like when they were young. This is like pre-Pichu being a thing. Like Pichu was like baby. This is like young adult Raichu as Pikachu, right? And Pikachu was a big face around the circus, and you know, they were sort of like the mascot, the one that everyone adored, and the like they were the one that everyone would go oh when coming out and doing some like cool tricks with electricity. And then the elephant incident happened, and I think because you know a circus with elephants and that act goes on maybe a bit too early. Like maybe an incident happened with like the animal tamers and elephants sort of went wild, and maybe Raichu as a Pikachu lost control and shocked one of these elephants, and now all that they know is that they have to really try and harness their power and control it a lot more. Maybe using Thunderstone as like arcane focus, and just trying to like not have the incident again, similar to knock out an elephant, but also everyone who knows him assumes that he will just knock out an elephant again. Like that's just his legacy and he hates it, but that was his career, and now he has to go off and try and find a way to absolve himself from this like elephant incident. To sort of how can he remove himself from it? How can he channel his power a bit more effectively? I'm actually very happy with that. So we are gonna go Entertainer. So with Entertainer, we're gonna get proficiencies in acrobatics and performance. Because Raichu is pretty fast. Raichu can do a lot of cool deck stuff, as well as just be very cute, adorable, and everyone loves him. Additionally, oh, I will say I did forget, in the race, Raichu should get an extra language other than common, and I'm gonna say I feel like Raichu knows Primordial because wait, no, I feel like Raichu I think I'm gonna say Raichu knows, I think Sylvan, to be closest to talk to other, like, animals and the like. I just feel like they're whimsical guys, so we're gonna go for Sylvan. Let's see, we don't know any other languages for here. We do have Disguise Kit. And we also, wait, is it or is it and? Ooh, Raichu can know an instrument. I want to look up Pikachu instrument, and I'll go for the first one. Oh, Pikachu's got cello proficiency. Alright, Raichu's got cello proficiency. Love that. Pan, I don't want to alarm you, but you're halfway in unlocking your favorite part of the DLC. I sure have been looking at that. For the last day or so. Yeah. Yeah, no, I sure have. I sure have gotten myself a lot bigger boost than I was expecting on Twitter. So yeah. I just didn't want to kind of mention it because I feel like that would be too self-absorbed. But yes, no, we're getting very close to. On Friday, it's gonna be a 1 year anniversary, and we're doing a Pokemon Rock type only run. We've met one of our stretch goals of 200 followers to unlock the Armor Vial DLC, which unlocks Rockruff and letting me use Tyranitar's line. And at 250 followers, I'm going to be able to use the Crown Tundra, which will just massively open not only endgame content, but also just allow me to use all the false Pokemon from Gen 1 to 6, Aggron, Kerbank, and even Relicanth. Everyone loves Relicanth. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited because we're very close to it, and I don't think we'll get it at the beginning of the run, but we'll definitely get it by the end, and I'm kind of excited about that. Anyway, yeah, he's got cello proficiency, because Pikachu does play the cello once in Gen 4. We do have a cello on us. So I'm going to put that down. Also in possession. We have a favor of an admirer. Favor of an admirer. The one who still admirer still loves his work despite incident. Alright, so I feel like that's probably like the one person that Raichu is like doing this for and feels like that they can still get like a sense of redemption for themselves. Alright. Let's see, what else do we get? We get a costume. Ooh, which... Let me find about which of the Pikachu costumes Raichu used to have. Wait, I thought it was like if we start stream before hitting 125, we won't be allowed to get it. Oh no, I will be allowed to get it if I get that, because honestly, I didn't think I would. Because like 200 was like my obtainable goal. That was like what I was expecting to get within the span of 2 months. 250 was like a bigger stretch goal that I thought like, oh, maybe by the end of the run I might have a chance to get that as well to increase the game's length. But no, I'm just letting that happen. Hi, Yig, how you doing? Or Yigercell, I don't want to confuse it with another Yig I know. But yeah, we're gonna look up the Pikachu costumes. Gen 6. We're gonna vibe out which one... Yeah, cosplay Pikachu. Let's see which one of the Pikachus ours had. Now... I think ours probably had the pop star. I feel like ours was more of a cutie back in the day. Then definitely not smart. I don't think intelligence is gonna be our big thing. I don't imagine being cool guy. Nor do I don't know. I think for like a circus place, I think Pop's gonna be that. So we're gonna have idol uniform for Raichu. But that's from the old days. Yeah, Yigercell. Yeah, that's why I said Yig, because funny tree name disorients my tongue. But yeah, that's Raichu's background. That's his background and backstory. And now we're gonna go into stats. Now, I will have for a moment the stat array. We're going to be using for... I said tongue disorientation, then it came. So... For... Okay. So, for this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the standard stat array for D&D. So we're not going to roll for stats, we're just going to use, like, basically default stats for... Oh, wrong button. For this. So, that means our numbers are going to be working with are 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. For what we're going to do, we're going to prioritize mostly charisma. So that's going to be our highest stat. We're going to have 15 for that. So that's going to be... That's going to be 17 then. Everything else is going to be the same because we didn't have a half feat. So I feel like their dex is their second better one, because I feel like Raichu is a lot more nimble. It gets things like, you know, double team. You know, when it was a Pikachu, it got things like double team. It's very fast as a Pokemon. So we're gonna give it that. And again, they've been very cautious not to repeat the incident of the circus. So we're gonna give that their 14. Here, I'm gonna give it parentheses. Pop. So people know. Let's see. Why don't we just check Raichu's stats? That would also be a good help. Alright, ooh. Alright, HP's not diverse. Oh, Raichu got a buff on Gen 6. Interesting. Got a minor speed buff. Huh. Let's see. So... Raichu... Oh, Raichu's stats, physical and special design is pretty balanced. Yeah, so I think in that case we're gonna have that be a 10. I think Raichu is average in that case. Let me see. What would... How... I feel like mice are decently smart. I think we're gonna make that just the 12. Because I don't see it leaning towards that 13. So, in that case, I think we're gonna make the 13 con... And that wisdom 8, because I feel like our Raichu here is definitely more neurotic. I feel that, again, they're very cautious about what direction their like cable-like tail goes, and as such, they may not be as aware of their surroundings. Despite how much they try very hard to. And I think that's a cute little character flaw. Alright, so... Oh, do it. We're starting at level 1. Now, a lot of people, when I consulted to them the other day, were like, okay, so your goal is to do big lightning damage. Don't you want to be a Tempest Cleric? Because they have a channel divinity that maximizes thunder and lightning damage. And would that be better for the meta? Yes. Absolutely. That would be ideal. I mean, to get guaranteed max damage? Well, yeah, that's cool. But there's a problem with that. There's a problem with the idea of Raichu being a cleric. Do you see this mouse? Does this mouse look Catholic to you? Does this mouse look like they worship God? I thought about an electric type Pokemon that would worship God. This is not him. So, Raichu, I'm sorry guys, I hate to confirm this. Raichu is not part of the Catholic Church. I am so sorry guys. Un-Catholic. So, what we're going to be doing for this level is we're going to be Sorcerer. Oh, hell, you wanna, alright, I'll hear you out. What do you want to say in defense of, Catholic Raichu? I'm waiting. Zapdos once hanged out with a lot of electric-type Pokemon. Now, I see that. But I don't think Zapdos is one of those Pokemon that is godlike. I mostly see Zapdos as just an apex predator-like Pokemon. Like, yes, it's very strong. It's got a lot of electricity. It makes its home in the place where a lot of Raichus come in. Or a lot of Pikachus live around. But I feel like Zapdos is much more of like an animal that's like, hey, this is my space. Get the fuck away from it. This is my nest. And you guys live around it. I don't think that's as much of a religion. I think maybe if Thundurus was around or Tornadus, I feel like those are more divinity-like Pokemon that could be like religions around the like. But I don't really think Raichu is that religious. Again, I don't see this boy and go Catholic. Now, Raichu being Lutheran, I think that's a good point. I do think Raichu, if they did become religious, I do think they would acknowledge the flaws of the Catholic Church as an organized religion and try to, I do think Raichu would like vibe with Martin Luther, but I don't think Raichu would go to church with Martin Luther. And also ask God for powers. I think Raichu has an innate strength, and it is way too powerful for himself, and he fears it. So, let's check out Source Error. So let's check out things we got at default Sorcerer. Of course, we're going to be getting spells, which is going to make this very quick and easy, I said like a liar. We're going to be getting a lot of cantrips, that's good. So, right away, we're going to be getting proficiency in Con and Charisma saves. Let's get that in. No, I don't want the numbers, I want the bullets. Okay, get that. We are going to get choice between Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Persuasion, and Religion. Now, Raichu's not religious enough to go to the Pope. But is Raichu religious enough to know about God? Wait, Pan, do you remember when I said I'm gonna do one with Garatina? I do not recall that. But if so, that sounds like a lot of fun. Nice. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I think Raichu here has proficiency with deception because they try so hard to convince people they're not that Raichu who caused the incident with the elephant in the circus, causing who knows how much. Most I'd see Raichu being as casual Christian or the type of Buddhist without knowing anything about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna get proficiency in deception, because I like the idea of Raichu just trying to be like, oh, me? No, I'm not that guy. Trust me, I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. But Let's see. I don't think Raichu has the best insight, because I think that's part of the low wisdom. I think Raichu could get intimidation, but I feel like right now we're not quite there. You know, fuck it. Let's just let Raichu know about God. Raichu can know about God as a treat. Like, I'm not religious, but I know about the lore. How do I phrase this? Tempest Cleric, it's the consolation prize for those who wanted Tempest Cleric. Consolation prize for the Storm Cleric gangs. Raichu, okay, Raichu, you're just gonna be peeking here for a little bit. Okay, Raichu, you can get back up. You can come back up, Raichu. There we go, Raichu. Here, we're gonna, yeah, there we go. Alright. Fuck, let's make Raichu a god. I mean, like, we're not gonna make him Divine Soul, but nothing stops a D&D character from feeling like a god. By the way, we're not gonna make him to level 20, so he might as well feel like one by the end. Yeah. We're not really gonna be worrying about this stuff, mostly because, although I love the idea of Raichu just owning 3 daggers, I don't think that's really important to this build. Though what I do think is cute is having the Thunderstone being an arcane focus, because I just think that's like a cute. Alright, so we're gonna be having. Oh, first we're gonna go into subclass. I think it's gonna be a lot easier. We're gonna hands down go to Storm Sorcery. So Storm Sorcery is essentially, hey, you are just a storm. You have the storm within you, and it is one out of the, like, 12. It is like one of, like, the 3 of, like, the 4 elemental D&D sorcerer builds that actually got through and not just sort of scraped into UA floor. So we're gonna pick with this. Raichu knows how to speak elemental with Primordial. And whenever they do a spell that is first level or higher, they can briefly fly 10 feet without provoking opportunity. And how I will flavor that is he just bounces on his long tail. That also is like the main current of his electricity, so he just blasts himself off there, and I think that's cute and fun. First air spell can make big jump. No. Attack. Here, we're gonna put Raichu right here so he doesn't interrupt his own stats. Alright, do. Alright, perfect. Now we get to the part where I copy-paste a lot. Ah! Oh no. Have I made mistakes? Have I made a few? Wait, where's my extra slide? Paste. No. What? Huh. Okay, give me a moment. Excuse me for 1 second. I know how Google Slides work. I said like a liar. I swear I'm good at this. Actually, I won't swear. Here, we'll... do that. Make this one... nothing like that. Alright, so I think that should be good. Alright. No! What do I do? What? No. No, not like this. Not like this. Oh no, I deleted. Let's get rid of that slide. That slide's a debunked. Okay. We do that. Okay. Oh, why is it beneath that one? Okay. There we go. Doing level 2. Oh wait, that's gonna be where level 2 is. We still got work to do with level 1. Raichu, you're gonna need to go a little deeper. Raichu, please. Okay. Now we're gonna pick up the cantrips. I know what I'm doing. I know. Someone reminds me I didn't eat. Oh no, you should eat, my guy. Yeah, no, you should. I'm one of those friends. Alright, so Raichu's gonna be getting 4 cantrips. So we gotta look at the sorcerer spell list, because this is where we're gonna get a lot of our fuckery duckeries. Especially because sorcerer has the really fun trait of the spells being everything for them. So, immediately, one we totally got... Ooh, wait, no, this one's cute. First one we're gonna get for sure is lightning lore, which is only verbal. That's wild. But with lightning lore, essentially with this, if we need to get people closer, we can use our long tail to try and wrap people around who are 15 feet away from us. Use our long tail, zap, and pull them closer. And I think that's very fitting for a Raichu with a very long tail and with a little bit of magic and all that. So, yeah, we'll also do D8's worth of damage. Oh, it's only within 5 feet of you. Interesting. But I do feel like that's a good way to include the tail. So we're gonna have lightning lore as one of them. Additionally, we are going to have Shocking Grasp, another lightning move. So here, what we'll do is essentially, whenever we can do a melee spell attack, to essentially punch people with lightning. This is essentially what we could do with Thunder Punch or a Spark like attack. And if someone has metal, say like metal armor, we'd have advantage on it. This person also can take reactions, so you can move around and not have to worry about opportunity of attack, which is pretty nice. And that one we just use a spell attack modifier. And again, a reminder of these cantrips, these are both electric damage, but they don't get resistance. They'll always take whatever damage that you deal with them. It could be like a Volt Tackle. I'll be honest, I know there's no way to really get Volt Tackle in D&D, as far as I know, without homebrew, but I sure have thought about it as a possible homebrew, and I think it's kind of neat. Let's see. Would Thunderclap be good? because I'm thinking like thunder after the lightning, but Raichu doesn't really have a blast-like move. Like let's kind of look at move set here. Ooh, Raichu gets Thunder Punch at evolution now? That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it could be Spark. Let me see. Oh, it's a low on Raichu. We don't need to look at that. Think of the Hydrate. Oh, and the Stretch. Alright. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so let's even check like Gen 3. Not really a lot there. Yeah, it's probably not until recent gens would move. Yeah, it's only until like Gen 8. Yeah, okay. So, a lot of this. Okay, yeah, definitely I don't think we have anything, we don't have any sound-based attacks, so I don't think Thunderclap would be a good one there. But let me see. Oh, you know what would be really cute? So, okay, Message has a component where a short piece of copper wire is used, so you can like, essentially what the image of Message is doing like that that trick that kids would use to have like one cup with like a string and go into the other cup like through a wall. That's essentially the idea of Message. So I like the idea of Raichu using their tail, which I imagine probably is similar to copper because it's a conductive wire like tail, to try and like talk to people. I think that's really cute and adds like a little bit of like a little bit of synergy and a little foreshadowing if we ever do an Alolan Raichu build. We're gonna give a message. We get one more cantrip. So I think what we're gonna do for that. Do we go with light? You know, I think we'll go with light because we didn't get dark vision, because I don't think mice actually have dark vision, and we invest in the Arcana proficiency, and we literally have our cheeks light up with electricity and everything, so we're gonna get light. So we get 2 utility cantrips and 2 damage ones, and we don't even have to worry about any resistances and everything. Now we get to our spells. Then we get 2 first level spells. So these we gotta pick a bit more carefully, but these spells are gonna be ones that we're gonna be doing fairly often. Because how sorcerers are built is usually they don't get a lot of spells, but they can either twist them or cast them more often. So when we pick these, we gotta think what spells we're gonna be more likely casting. Let's see. So first off, I'm gonna immediately glance for an electrical spell that we get. Okay, looks like our only electric damage dealing spell that is specifically electricity. Wait, I think I'm gonna go for Chromatic Orb instead of Witch Bolt. Now, Witch Bolt is typically a spell that once you hit a creature, it does a d12 guaranteed damage. But you have to use your whole action to do it. And although I don't think that's bad in a vacuum, I know as a player that's not really fun. And also as a spell, yes, the damage can be worth it, but I was skimming through and I think Chromatic Orb is a bit more fitting because it makes me think of Electro Ball. Like, it makes me think of like modern Pokemon Electro Ball and that sort of imagery. So that's going to be, and it's a very good damage dealing spell at this level of the game, dealing 3d8 damage, where a lot of other spells usually do maybe 2 dice of around the same damage type. Like you would see a lot that maybe do 2d8. So this is very strong for this level. Like, I think it's up there with like, it's up there with Guiding Bolt as some of the more stronger first level spells in terms of just sheer damage. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and probably more likely than not using electric or using lightning damage. I'm sorry, I'm in Pokemon brain, so I keep on using electric instead of lightning. So yeah, we're gonna add a chromatic orb there. Orb moment. And for our other spell, let's see, for first level, which one do we want to do for first level? I don't think Raichu is really here to study languages, so I don't think comprehend language is going to be there. I do think it's funny with our backstory that they would have disguise self, but I don't feel like that's a spell that, for a Raichu build, that would pick up. Let me see. We don't have any ways to really heal, so False Life doesn't really work. First of all, it's cute to imagine, but I don't think that's what we need for this build. Because I do think Witch Bolt, if we have Chromatic Orb, I don't know if that's worth it, because let me just look over Witch Bolt again. Because yeah, it's concentration. Beam crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. You must make a ranged spell attack on that creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside of the spell's range or has total cover from you. And it does increase the d12 damage, but it does seem like if your enemy is doing anything with mobility, that could really mess with that. So I'm going to keep it in the back of my head, but I don't know if we want to go for that quite yet. That one might be better to get at later levels. Maybe. Let me see, because I'm going to go through our options first, and if I can't find a better one, I'll go with that. I don't think Absorb Elements is really what we're looking for here, because Absorb Elements will... Yeah, with Absorb Elements, that's going to help with our melee attacks, but we're not really going for a melee build. So even if that would let us tank other electric moves and like in the future, or at least in the early game, I don't think that's quite what we want. Charm Person could be cute, because I do know that that like some Pikachus and oh yeah, you can get Charm, because like Pikachu and Pichu can get Charm, so we can have Charm Person on a possible list. That could be pretty fun. To just sort of have as like a non-damage option. Let me see. I don't think Shield's going to be appropriate. Silent Image, we're not that kind of tricksy type. Though we have big rabbit-like feet, we're not really jumpers. Hopefully with we should not need Mage Armor because we just attack. I think I'm going to go with Charm Person. Because, you know, even Red's Pikachu gets Charm. I feel like it's appropriate because, again, we do know Charm. I feel like it's cool to have, like, one form of enchantment. And Witch Bolt is not the worst, but I think Chromatic Orb is going to be a lot better for what we want. We may change it later if I find that something in this build works with it a lot more, or we may add it around then. We'll see. So we're gonna have Charm Person for now. As our 2 spells. Because, right, I think we get 2 spells and then we just get to know 1 more every level. Yep, okay. Cool. Alright. Level 2! At level 2, we get Font of Magic, which means sorcery points. What sorcery points let us do, it lets us do some wacky stuff. So sorcery points at this point can allow us to convert these points into a spell slot. So say we've used our chromatic orbs, right? We've used them a lot. We need one in our time of need. We can just burn 2 sorcery points and get a first level spell slot back. Wait, Pan. The way you try to explain it confuses me. 2 attacks level up with you, or are they set to do this much damage and can get higher? A lot of spells do scale up if you cast it at a higher level. So, for example, with Chromatic Orb, Chromatic Orb typically does 3d8 damage of whatever damage type you choose for it. And if you cast it at a 2nd level, it can deal 4d8 of the damage, and you keep on adding a d8 for each spell slot you invest in it. Same with Witch Bolt, but in that case, it would be at 1st level, it's a 1d12, and at 2nd level, it's a 2d12. So it's a spell that could be better if we had it at higher levels to really go for a commitment with it. But at earlier levels, it's a bit questionable. Like it's got a very promising d12 and the promise of guaranteed damage, but I don't know. I like the security of that 3d10, 3d8 on a big hit, especially because we got a pretty decent spell. We would have a pretty decent spell attack modifier. As for our cantrips, cantrips, for anyone who doesn't know D&D, are essentially your freebie spells. Like, your spell slots are like types of spells you put active energy to cast. Like, say I wanted to disguise myself with magic, I am actively going out of my way to use my arcane power to change my form, to use a more complicated illusion. Meanwhile, if I just wanted to use a firebolt, right, like just throw out a ball of flame, a small bolt of flame, that is effortless, and you can do that literally every 6 seconds. Those scale with you like every 5 levels or so. So when you're level 1, that firebolt is going to deal 1d10, but when you're level 5, that's going to do a 2d10. For the case of our Shrunken Grasps and Lightning Lures, that's going to be like a 1d8 verse it, and then become 2d8s, etc., etc. But yeah, at level 2 we get Font of Magic, so we can use sorcery points to, at this point, essentially just get an extra spell slot if we need it. Which puts us at an advantage against other casters, which at this level can only cast like at this level cast like 3 spells a day. At 3 spells before long rest, we can cast up to 4. So that's pretty cool. And we get another spell to choose from. It's going to be a common theme. So here, we can still only get a 1st level spell. So honestly, we might as well just pick up Witch Bolt, because I don't really see other 1st level spells that really fit our vibe. So we might as well go for it. Especially because next level, that Witch Bolt could do a 2d12, and that'd be pretty solid. So it's pretty simple here, and I'm gonna copy paste again. Oh, great. Alright, I just realized there's some things I have to fix my copy paste. Give me a moment. No. Alright, we're copying that. And now we're moving on to level 3. Now we're putting the level 3 here. Now at level 3, we get something pretty cool for sorcerers, and it's sort of their main gimmick, and that is going to be meta magic. Meta magic. Meta magic, how that works is it's a unique mechanic to sorcerers where they can use their sorcery points to not only get more spell slots, but they can use this to change how their spell normally works. For example, in recent Tasha's, in the recent D&D books, you're allowed to use the sorcery point to change a damage type of a spell, or you can use the spell and not use like a verbal component, so no one would hear you cast the spell, or maybe in that case like you're tied up and you can't do like any of your somatic hand movements. You could just do it then, or like if you're gagged, you can use it in more situational moments, or maybe you can cast one spell that usually is on one person but do it on 2 people. Like, some pretty interesting things like that. Yes, we're power building here, baby! We need to do 76 damage to take out an elephant. We need the power. That's why I wanted to go fuck you with meta magic. So, I'm gonna look at some of our meta magic options here. Get a spell like Surf so I can use it. That could be fun later on. Wait. Hold up. This is going to be a future this is going to be a future thing. But I'm checking something here. I don't think we get Tidal Wave. I don't think we get Tidal Wave. I'm just gonna look up Wave. Do we get Tidal Waves? Because I know Druids get it. No, Wizards get it, but why don't we? This is why I scream in Sorcerer. I scream in Sorcerer my injustice of arbitrary spells they give to the Wizards, but not to the Sorcerer. But, yeah, so... Here, I'm just gonna take a look at the meta magics that we can get here. Oh, also, one thing I forgot about meta magic is we can also convert any of our spell slots to sorcery points. So, if we ever want to do anything fucky with meta magic, we can always very quickly just burn a spell slot to do something really cool. And I think it's really fun. It's a mechanic when I was playing Sorcerer, I really neglected, and when I see other people play Sorcerer, I feel so jealous. Okay. So we got careful casting, which basically ignores a component. We got careful casting, which isn't the best. Oh, hey Sabrina! Doesn't one magic class get Thunder Wave, which is canonically Pikachu's move? So it's Thunder Shock. And I kind of look, and Thunder Wave is a good spell, which is the D&D spell, and, oh yeah, Thunder Wave. And Thunder Wave is a good spell. It is not like Thunder Shock, or, I don't think the one in anime gets Thunder Wave, but it does something very different. But I do have something that's gonna be our Thunder Wave, and don't you worry, that's gonna come soon. First, I am gonna deal with the meta magic, but you will find an answer to that very soon, probably in this level. So, Distance spell, I don't think it's going to be that much of a concern for us. That basically doubles the range of our spell, and if it's a touch spell, it can go up to 30 feet. But I do think we want to look at Empowered Spell. When you roll damage for the spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a number of the damage dice up to your Charisma modifier, minimum 1. You must use the new rolls. You can empower a spell even if you've already used a different metamagic option during the casting of the spell. So that means if you go knocking futs with your metamagic, you can stack this on, and it's pretty cheap. Oh yeah, it's way cheaper than I thought. So essentially, like right now, at our 3rd level, right? If we roll a chromatic orb, even at 1st level, we can completely reroll the damage on it if we're not happy with it. So that's pretty cool, and that's gonna be great when it gets pretty low numbers in some of our bigger dice stuff. So we're gonna add empowered spell, and right now I think we're also going to go for heightened spell. We will get more access to metamagic. It won't be for a long time because Wizards of the Coast hates sorcerers, but heightened spell allows us to focus on a creature and give them a disadvantage on their saving throw against the spell that we're going to do, or on an initial saving throw. So, save for whenever we have lightning bolt, right? We can make someone more likely to fuck up as we do our big damage spell, or if we really... That one I think is going to be a lot more helpful later on, but I do kind of want to have that here. If I find later on we need to change that, we can easily change it. But heightened spell is going to be, I feel, really good, especially for some, I would imagine, some clutch fights. So we're going to have heightened spell. And now we're going to pick up our spell for the level. So for this level, we have access to level 2 spells. And Sabrina over here did ask about Thunderwave. Now, Thunderwave, as the D&D spell entails, is more like a Hulk clapping and everyone gets pushed back. What we're really looking for is a spell like Hold Person. So Hold Person is a very simple spell. Essentially, you target a humanoid, so like any person, and they must make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they are paralyzed. While a paralyzed creature in D&D essentially means they cannot move, they have 0 movement speed, they cannot talk, so no one can cast spells with verbal components, as well as any attack on them has advantage, and any attack that hit... Let me double check before I say what I do. Because I know they have advantage. Paralysis. Yes, they do count as crits. So, essentially, if we set up and paralyze someone with our Thunderwave, oh, and they also automatically fail any strength or dexterity saving throws. So, what that means is when we get access to Lightning Bolt, right, when we can essentially do our big Thunderbolt attack, they will automatically fail that, and then we will do a crit damage, which, by rules of D&D 5e, that is double damage dice. And when we get to Thunderbolt, when we get to Lightning Bolt, you'll understand how horrifying that is. So, put a pin on that. So we're going to have Hold Person. Now, that's not going to have us hold an elephant down when they are bloodlusted to go after us, when the well-documented elephant, Osama bin Laden, attacked many people in a bloodlust, which, yes, is an actual name of an elephant. Do look that up. It is a wild fucking story of this feral elephant. But yeah, just, you know, it won't hold back an elephant quite yet, because an elephant's not quite a person unless you're playing a Loxodon, which, yes, in D&D, if you want to play an elephant person, you can. It's fantastic. They get a snorkel ability with their trunk, and I love it. But yes, we're on our first steps to Stunlock. You know, why don't we just take a moment and reflect on the elephant real quick. Because we know the elephant has 76 hit points. But what is an elephant's wisdom? It's average. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Alright, so now we're going to paste the next sheet. So now we get to level 4. So, at level 4, every character at level 4, and whatever class they pick, has 2 options. We can either pick up a feat, which is a sort of bonus ability in the game, similar to our Elemental Adept, that lets us ignore resistance to lightning damage, or allow, when we attack enemies, we'll ignore their elemental resistance, and essentially never let us roll 1 on damage dice with that element. Or we can choose 2 points to increase our ability scores. In our case, I think we're going to go for ability scores, because I feel we just need that little bit of power with Charisma. Just get closer to max. I don't think we really need to worry about feats now. So we're going to have that ASI, which is ability score improvement, plus 2 Charisma. So we're going to go back to stats. And the 17 is now going to be a 19. So when we get to level 8, that also means we can boost up our Charisma to a 20 and maybe boost up that con. We'll see where we want to boost up next. So we get that plus 2 Charisma with ASIs. And I believe the only other thing we get is another spell. Ooh, we get another spell and another cantrip. Cool, cool. So let's look at the spells first. So I know at the first levels we've gotten spells that I think we're okay with right now. We have access to Dragon's Breath. That could give us more access to lightning damage. That could be like maybe one of our discharges or something, because what Dragon Breath does is essentially, as a bonus action, you can choose an element of what essentially any dragon can breathe and blast that into a 15-foot cone every round until you lose concentration. And so that's pretty nice. Could be cool. Give us another way to do electric damage. Not necessarily the most in character, but is something. Oh, wait. Ooh, wait. No, I think I knew what I wanted to do for my other choice here for second level. Unless there's anything I see that might change my mind. Yeah, okay. So, I was thinking that, but Dragon Breath is good. Let me see. I like Dragon's Breath, but I think... Ooh. So here's my conundrum right now. Dragon's Breath, very great damage. But I'm also considering Mirror Image, because I am thinking about the whole, like, double team strat of, like, Pikachu can develop. And essentially what Mirror Image does is essentially, like, when you see the anime and you see double team in action, that's essentially Mirror Image, where you get, how many duplicates do you get? You get, like, 3 duplicates or something? How many duplicates? You have 3 duplicates. So yeah, you have 3 duplicates, and anytime that someone would hit you, they have a 50% chance to hit that target instead. So yeah, essentially this could buy you some time while you try to do some stuff. Oh, that would be real good if you needed to have Witch Bolt keep up Witch Bolt. Which will be a good way to get us some good solid lightning damage. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have Mirror Image. Image double team. 426, you're right. You must... Oh yeah, it's D6. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that's real good. Oh, and you get... And it's not concentration either. Just lasts for a minute, so you can have whatever spell you're going on. And it's great. It's pretty solid. It's a very good defensive spell. And it will be necessary if I need to survive. Now, we do have access to another... We have access to another little cantrip at level 4. So we need to find out what that's gonna be. Hear me out, guys. So... I think we should sort of... I think Raichu in their art... Like, I feel like one thing that Raichu does, the player who plays Raichu, will, like, give them, like, a silly thing to have as, like, a like, goof, a little hobby. And I feel like that's gonna be surfing, because of what Alolan Raichu is, and the, like, I feel like Alolan Raichu is them doing, like, a one-shot build of, like, hey, I kind of like this idea of a surfer, and I kind of want to make that, like, use similar mechanics as this Raichu character, but make it different. So here... I think we're going to start seeing that with them trying to do shape water. We're trying to sort of manipulate water a little bit to essentially practice little surfing waves and everything. Like, not enough where it's going to, like, affect, like, they're not going to get tidal wave, you know, they're not going to do stuff like that. But they're just going to essentially do, like, hey, just changing my water a little bit will, like, what direction the water flows is going to help me surf. So that's going to be our level 5. Next... Well, that's level 4. Now we get level 5. Level 5 is going to be first off, with level 5, we get our proficiency bonus up, which means we're going to be more likely to hit our attacks. Our spells are going to be harder to dodge or avoid, and all our skills are going to be a little better. We will also have access to level 3 spells, which means you know what time it is. It's time to pick up Lightning Bolt. So... you may ask, okay, cool. What's so great about Lightning Bolt? Well, lightning bolt is what we've been waiting for. Let's get to lightning bolt. I want to see lightning bolt. Alright. So, lightning bolt is a 3rd level spell. It has a range of 100-foot line. So it goes far. A stroke of lightning forming in a line of 100 feet and 5 feet wide blasts through in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. It also ignites anything flammable that is not being worn by anyone. So, remember when I said if we did held person? Held person, or hold person, paralyzes a target. A target paralyzed automatically fails dexterity saving throws. And all those attacks are going to be crits. And if you're... Now, I personally play with different rules with crits. But rules as written, raw, that would mean the dice is doubled. So that means anyone who is taking damage here, who is paralyzed, takes 16d6. Which, let's just, Your Honor, let's look at the average of that. Dice average calculator. Analyze. Yeah, your average damage is going to be 56 at just level 5. And we're even at the point where we not only have 1 3rd level spell slot, but we have 2. And we're getting meta here in the meta magic hours. Now, if we didn't even use meta magic, right? We just use our 2 3rd level spell slots. We can paralyze at least 2 people, potentially, to have them locked in place, to either have people help set up the line for the lightning bolt, or if they are in a line, unable to escape the incoming fuckery about to happen. And also, for reference, getting out of hold person is the same thing at the end of the turn. So that is everything. So no movement there. It just burdens their turn. So that means you can have at least 2 people get absolutely got with lightning bolt, which is powerful. So, and that's with only that's only with a 3rd level lightning bolt. We have not even considered if we casted it higher. Or if we have ways to charm more than just people. So yeah, we're looking at some big boy hours now. So yeah, at this point, we really just get lightning bolt. But that's really what we need. Oh wait, wait, hold up. So, magical guidance. Okay, this is new. I'm not really familiar with magical guidance. When you reach 5th level, you can tap into your inner wellspring of magic to try and conjure success from failure. You can make an ability check that fails and spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a d20. You must use the new roll, potentially turning a failure into success. Okay, that's not bad. But I'll take it. Sure, man. I guess that's good for if you really want to invest in a multi-class. But sure, let's go for it. Let's go for magical guidance there. Thank you for the hydrate, Cephals. I appreciate you sticking around. Hope you're enjoying the Pokemon brainstorm hours. I'm having a lot of fun. Alright, go. Stick there. Good. Level 6. Now, this means we finally get something for our subclass. Yay! Me and the homies love that. Because as a sorcerer, you may notice this is when the drought begins. Because for level 7 to 10, you're only getting spells and what anyone else gets. So let's look at what that looks like for us at level 6. Oh, that's a different sorcerer. We're looking for this sorcerer. So, at level 6, we get Heart of the Storm. At level 6, you gain resistance to lightning and thunder damage. So now, we get to ignore enemy resistances of that damage type, but we get to keep that damage type, those damage types resistances. In addition, when you start casting a spell of first level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, stormy magic erupts from you. The eruption causes a creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet to take lightning or thunder damage. And you can choose each time the ability activates equal to half your sorcerer level. So whenever we decide to use any of our spells that do lightning damage, so like say if we do our Witch Bolt or Chromatic Orb, we get to add a half our sorcerer level to it. So at most, we're looking at 10 damage added onto it for free, but right now we're going to be having about 3 damage added onto whatever we do. So we're going to have Heart of Storm. Yeah, nice to listen to play Deep Rock Galactic in background. I also say turn off music a bit, tiny bit. Okay, got it. Will definitely do. I think it's if you drink a gallon of water all at once. Because there is a thing as water poisoning. But that is if you are in a very extreme situation. I don't think anyone should drink a gallon of something in one sitting. But that's just a hot take. Actually a very cool take, because this is my take I got from opening up my gallon of water in the fridge. But yeah, we're getting Heart of the Storm. Now it looks like we get another ability at level 6. Storm Guide. You gain the ability to subtly control the weather around you. If it is raining, you can use an action to cause rain to stop falling in 20-foot radius sphere centered on you. You can end this effect as a bonus action. If it is windy, you can use a bonus action to choose the direction the wind blows in 100 feet, in a 100-foot radius centered on you. The wind blows in the direction in your turn. Alright, so that's just kind of neat. I like to imagine Raichu just sort of like propels things with his tail to determine the weather there. Alright, so I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. Well, anyway, it's time to look at spells again. Let's kind of look at some spells here, see if we want any from 2nd or 3rd level. Haste is good, but I don't think we need haste. Especially because this is going to be a lot more of a build more centered on ourselves than on supporting others. Did what, haste? Oh, control the weather a bit? Oh yeah, I guess the lightning armor. Hatch! We got a hatch in chat? We got a hatchet-co? We got a hatchet? A hatchet? Co? right there. And what's this? I'm totally looking at Hachiko's account so I can chill their webcomic. That's very good, and I need to read the second chapter of it because that's complete. That's right, they have 2 chapters of the webcomic complete, and it's very good so far, and I would highly recommend it. Oh no, you don't have your socials in there. I have to move on to the Twitter. I'm determined, and yes, Hatch, I can hear you going, no! Don't shill me! But don't worry, I'm doing it anyway. We look at this. Oh, beans. What do you look at that? What do you like that? Nothing ordinary has slipped into my chat because of my good pal Hachiko, who's a very talented artist and writer, and you can see also with the first chapter just not only the patience that you have as webcomic artist, but also the continuous development of an art style. It's very satisfying to see. But yeah, so let's see, what's a good spell we got around here for Pikachu, for Raichu here. Oh, Thunderstep's so good, but Raichu doesn't teleport. So let's check out what we got for second level spells to sort of go through those again. I don't know if I actually hydrated, so I will hydrate anyway. Oh, thank you, Azaria, for your own hydrate. Now you may wonder, hey Pan, remember that one time where chat made you hydrate 104 times? Have you done anything about that? I have. And I will hydrate first. And everyone has 5 hydrates they can use. And I'm not telling you the limit. I do not encourage you to find it out. I'm stretching my wrists because I know that can be a bit fucky, and I know streaming has fucked up my wrists a little bit over time. Hope you're having a good time, Azaria. We're finding out how we can have Raichu one-shot an elephant in D&D with lightning. As well as getting some other Raichu-like effects. So, let me see. Let me see, let's look at some of these. No. That'd be really good if we ever pick up, Scorching Ray could be good if we ever pick up Transmutation, Transmutive, Metamagic. You know, I think we'll pick up Dragon Breath so we can just have access to more lightning damage. We're gonna say Pikachu just happens to know a Dragon type move. Oh, thank you, Azaria, for giving me one more reason to hate Thomas Edison. Oh, right! Oh, fuck, Thomas Edison did volunteer to electrocute an elephant from Coney Island. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate Thomas Edison so fucking much. Hi, okay, so I'm going on a brief tangent here because, I'm taking off the pan mask here. I'm talking to you as the real person beneath the VTuber. I used to go to film school, and I know why Hollywood exists. And it's not because California is the best place in the world. It's because just fucking people just did not want to deal with Thomas Edison being in New Jersey because he was an asshole. He was very capitalist, would monopolize all the cameras. For people who wanted to start to do any filming. If you didn't use Thomas Edison's patented cameras, he would send people to destroy your equipment. So, yeah, so people hated him that much that they went to the other side of the country and started Hollywood. And there's a dark timeline where New Jersey is the Hollywood, which is even worse. But yeah, no, that elephant in particular that Thomas Edison electrocuted was also, I believe, going to be hung and poisoned at the same time. It's fucked up. If you want to know anything about it, like how that happened, check out Defunctland. They have a very good documentary on Coney Island. But also content warning on animal abuse, because it does get worse in Coney Island. By the way, Raichu can breathe funny lightning. Didn't you know? Oh, no. What? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh no, I made a mistake. I forgot I copy-pasted the Nothing Ordinary here, so I guess if you ever wanna... If I ever share these sheets or something, we're gonna have a Nothing Ordinary shell there. Well, that's great. Me and the homies love that. No, I don't wanna... Okay, we're gonna get rid of the Nothing Ordinary shell on this one. Here, okay. Or make it work. Copy that. Paste it. No! No, I wanna... Oh no, I've ruined everything by shilling my good friend Hachiko. Here. Why can't I copy the panel? Why can I not? Hold up. Okay, can I copy it now? Why can I not? Why can't I copy it? I'm just a kid and life's a fucking nightmare. Alright, I would like to copy all of this. Whoa, dear. Alright, let's not do that. Okay. Okay. Things are happening. I hope. Can I click? Okay. Okay. Alright. I think reality is set once again, and I do not need to panic. No! There we go. Wait. No! What? No! I ruined everything. Okay. We need this panel copied. Can we get that to work? Select all of this. I get to copy. No. Wait, to here? Why is it doubled here? Wait. Okay. Alright, no. Okay. I don't know why it's doubled. I hate it. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. I'm in a bit of a hell, but no. Okay. Level. And then we're gonna add Raichu in here. And have Raichu peek a little bit. We're gonna copy this. Okay, I would like to copy... Why can I... Why isn't it not letting me copy now? Yeah, this is a pretty pan crash moment. Cause like, I don't know why it won't. Let me do this perfectly. I've done nothing wrong, and I don't wanna do something. Okay. Okay. I hope things are fixed. And if not, I will scream silently to myself. Alright. Okay. We're at level 7 now. We've gone up in the world. And at level 7, what do we get? We get access to 4th level spells. So let's see what we can get at 4th level spells. Whoa. Alright. We could get that charm monster. So we could charm the elephant to then... No, we need to hold. We need to hold. We don't need to charm the monster. We need to wait till... We need to wait still to hold a monster. We're not there yet. We're not there to hold the elephant, to take the shot. Let's see what we've got. We do have Storm Sphere, which could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. Of Raichu. Yeah, I think we're gonna take up Storm Sphere just so we can have some really solid electricity build up. So this creates a 20-foot radius sphere of whirling air spinning into existence, centered at a point you choose within range, which is 150 feet. The sphere remains for the spell's duration. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears, or at the end or at the end of its turn, must succeed in a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. And the sphere is also difficult terrain. So it's a 20-foot radius, so it's essentially 40 feet across. It's huge. It's essentially a fireball space where it's all difficult terrain. It takes double movement to even get out, and if you're still in it, you get punished. Until the end of the spell, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the sphere towards one creature of your choice within 60 feet of the center. So this is 3 times as far as the radius. Make a ranged spell attack. You have advantage on the attack on targets within the sphere. On a hit, it takes 46 damage. Creatures 30 foot of the sphere have disadvantage on perception checks made to listen. So that's kind of neat. Just another way to add chaos to the Raichu zone. And does it get anything else at level 7? I do not. I guess get more sorcery points. And I still only have 5 cantrips, because sorcerer. And then we get to, yeah, literally where we are in the sorcerer drought, when we get jack shit. Like, everyone else is getting something out of a level, even the spellcasters. Like, wizards are literally getting twice as many spells, even if they're not spending money. Meanwhile, sorcerer's like, here's your 1 spell slot at sorcery point, and you better like it. Meanwhile, like, the warlock is like having the time with like getting evocations added on for like some minor magical abilities. Clerics are... Well, clerics get 4th level spells, but like, clerics can just decide whatever spells they want to get. Bards even get like counter charm at this point. It's not great, but they get something. But that's it. That's all for us. We just get Storm Sphere. Here, we're gonna... Okay. Okay. Oh, what? Hold up. Hold up, what? Hey, Hey, I'm trying to... Why can I not get rid of, click to add title? Excuse me? Excuse me, hello? Hello and good evening. What? Here, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna go to a different tab. Why is it permanent? Here, I'm gonna try and add a new format. Here, we're gonna delete this one. Here, we'll just copy this. Alright, so in that case, we're just gonna bop. No. Alright, we're just gonna do that, and then we're going to just... Okay, hopefully now things will be better as we get to level 8. So, level 8. We finally at least get a feat or ability score improvement. I think at this point, so we're gonna go get an ASI. And we're gonna get +1 to charisma just to top it off. Just to make this little mouse super charismatic. Just an absolute delight. Where are stats? Here are stats. We're gonna change it. So we get our 20. And I do think we're gonna get that con. Mostly because we do need to rely on maintaining either a witch bolt or keeping a paralysis set up with hold person. And if people are attacking us because they're being mean to us, we need to make sure we're safe. So we're gonna make that a 14, so we have a +2 now, and also it's gonna make us have a bit more health in retrospect. Because con is crazy like that. So we're gonna get the sorcerer stats up. 1 con. And that's it, that's all we get that's unique to us, but oh wait, everyone gets that. So now we get another spell we can know. So let's look at what kind of spells we want. Let me see. So anything in the 4th level, let's see, because I don't think we could become super invisible. Though that would be wild. Yeah, we don't really get those kinds. We cannot banish someone back to their plane of existence. We don't get Confuse Ray. We do not get access to teleport that much. Let's check out back to 3rd level. Like, Thunderstep's cool, but we don't really get that. Like, we don't really teleport as Raichu, typically. Let me see. You know what? Why don't we be crazy and look back at our 1st level spells that we could get? Cause like I'm just curious, what do we get at first, like for 1st level spells? Because 1st level spells are never bad to pick up, because those are always the ones we're gonna be casting the most. Even if it's passive. Let me see. I don't really see silvery barbs being there. Because what silvery barbs does is that essentially makes us deflect. Like, give someone disadvantage and we give advantage to someone else. So we essentially steal people's luck. I don't really feel like that applies. Let's just take a look at Raichu's modern moveset for inspiration. Okay. We do get agility as a possible move. So what we could do is we can just get jump. We can just get a fun jump as like a fuck it spell, because I don't really know which spell that really works for Raichu at this point. That's not explicitly electric. So yeah, we're just gonna give you jump right now, which essentially lets you jump way farther, like I think 2 times farther, and like 3 times as high. We can apply this to anyone else too. We'll count this as agility. I would have Long Strider here, but we don't really pick up Long Strider. Alright, now we're at level 9. Level 9. We're so close. At this point, our proficiency score gets up again, so all our spell attacks are going to be harder to dodge, especially now that we've got maximum charisma. We will hit a lot more likely, I believe. It'll be +9 to hit for any of our spells, for like our Shocking Grasp, and it'd be 8 plus 6. 8 plus 9. So it'd be about a 17 to go from our saves. Hello, KB Angel. How you doing? Hello and welcome to anyone who's watching this past, present, or future. We are making Pokemon builds. Making a D&D build based off Pokemon. Today we're doing Raichu. And our goal is to destroy an elephant with lightning. Because in the Pokedex entry, it says that Raichu can just wipe out an elephant. So we're looking to get that 76 minimum damage to just decimate this local elephant. For Raichu's backstory, we've come up with there's no mouse race, and there's nothing really there for that really fits the mouse vibes. So we did custom lineage, which is something I'm very cautious with custom lineage, because I don't like using it if I don't see that there's something that applies for it already. Raichu here is a former entertainer. They used to be in the circus until the elephant incident happened. We're keeping it pretty vague because Raichu doesn't like talking about it, but it does mean that... Oh! Who followed? What was that? What was that? I didn't look at OBS there. Oh, I guess missed. Thank you, Corporal Crowboy. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, so Raichu here used to formerly work at the circus. They were sort of like the circus's sweetheart as a Pikachu. And at one point, an animal tamer lost control of the elephants, causing a massive havoc. And regardless of what Raichu says, they messed up, either aggravating the elephants more, causing more damage, or just stopping the elephants dead by having a rogue amount of magic unleash out of nowhere, causing problems to escalate further. So they're trying to like, either you could take it as like they're trying to calm down the escalation, their sort of reputation of making elephants worse, or just to get rid of elephants as a vengeance quest. It really depends on what angle you really want to take it on. They are proficient with cello, and have an idol uniform from their circus days. We have just finished level 8, so this is their stats with ability to score modifiers. We picked Storm Sorcerer, mostly because some people did point out that Tempest Cleric is mechanically better, because it gives me a Channel Divinity as max Thunder and Lightning damage, which is good, but also Raichu isn't Catholic. So, Raichu does not submit to a god, or if so, does not... There are 2 elephant Pokemon. There's Dunfan, which is a ground type, and was a Pokemon by the time that the Fire Red entry came in. And then now in Gen 8, there's Kaparaja, which is referenced in Legends Arceus, where they do make a joke about the Raichu being able to one-shot an elephant. But there are 2 evolution lines of elephant Pokemon. But only one of them can take electric type moves. But yeah. We've mostly gotten up some electric spells. We got empowered and heightened spells, so we can just make people more likely for our setup or less likely to evade our lightning bolts, as well as to give us more damage with empowered spell. We got Mirror Image for Double Team. We got Shape Water to prepare for eventual surfing arc when the player of Raichu just wants to make another character that is just Raichu, but like as a surfer and also a psychic, they've decided. And we're currently in the sorcerer drought that is level 6 to 10. We've gotten to the point where we only find so much thematic spells for Raichu that we go to jump at level 8, so you know how it is. And we just got to level 9. So yeah, we get just another spell and access to 5th level spells. Now mind you, it doesn't hurt to have only one 4th level spell or something in a higher spell slot, because all the spells that we can cast can be higher. Like say if we wanted that Chromatic Orb to hit really well, or that Witch Bolt, we can still do a lot of damage through those spells. Like say if we did do that 4th level Witch Bolt, that's a 4d12 every turn. But let's see what we can get at 5th level now, but I think we can get something that we've been looking for. Come on, where is it? Where is it? There it is. We're looking at Hold a Monster. Now, we gave Hold Person for Raichu as sort of our Thunder Wave, as our paralysis move. And here's how we set up the kill for the elephant. Here's how we send it into the real fuck house. So now we're able to paralyze anyone but the undead, apparently. I didn't know that was a restriction for a whole monster. But yeah, it's gonna also help because elephants have neutral wisdom, so they'd have to beat like a 17 on a raw dice roll to even compete with us. So we're gonna get a Hold Monster, Thunder Wave Plus. And so in that case, right, that could be our 5th level spell. Anybody wonder, okay, so that means our Lightning Bolt is gonna be a crit, right? If it hits automatically, that will just take the damage. Now we took a 16d6 for a typical 3rd level Lightning Bolt. But let's see how much we can increase it even further if we did it as a 4th level spell. And that's going to bump it up to 18d6. Wait. Yes, because even numbers. So yeah, because that's going to be, instead of 86, it'd be 96, so yes. So let's check out how the average increases. So we were looking at in the 50s, now we're at 63, and if we increase it to a 5th level, right? Because I want to remind you, as a sorcerer, we do have meta magic. And if we were bloodlusted, like absolutely wanting to go for the kill, we can always we could always just go decking funds, right? So we could use a bonus action to get us more sorcery, use 7 out of our 9 sorcery points to get another 5th level spell to do lightning bolt at 5th level, which means we'd be doing 20d6, and on average we'll be doing 70 damage. Now also we gotta actually our average is 69,9999, which is very sexy, but it gets better. So remember the 21st night of September. We're gonna look at this point here, right? We're gonna look at Storm Guy. We're gonna look at Heart of the Storm. When you cast a spell that deals thunder, lightning damage, you erupt within 10. Creature you can see within 10 feet of you takes lightning and thunder damage equal to half your level. So at this point, we're at level 9, so we're going to round down. That is going to be 74. Right? Say round. Okay, we're going to assume it rounds down. Yeah, I'll catch the funny corgi because we're talking about electric boys. Excuse me. So, that means right now, our potential average, if we have the hold monster successful, which is very likely, that means we could do about 74 out of the 76 damage to one-shot an elephant, on average. Now, of course, we do have chances to kill very easily. We got a 4% chance to do it, but to get exact. But yeah, so we're getting real close. Elephant, one shot with hold monster plus 5th level lightning bolt, average about 74. Wait, it's about 74. Yep. Out of 76. We're close. By next level, we should be able to do it with what our toolkit is. So that's pretty cool. that's pretty. I think that's fun dumb. Alright, and now we're at sorcerer level 10. We can finally get out of the sorcerer hell. That is the mid game, and now we're entering 10th level. And the game is like, okay, sorcerer, you can have things. You can have another meta magic if you want as a treat. And also you can get another cantrip. Cause why don't you? Alright. So, at 10th level, we can do the following. We can get another meta magic, which we should see what our options are. I'm feeling I think transmuted spell could be really good because that will open up our options of what spells we can really pick up. Because I do realize there's some that's like pretty cool, and lightning's not a common damage type, so maybe we can have a bit more fun with that. I think that would just be neat. We've got, even with our plot to just assassinate an elephant, we should be able to have at least 3 to spare if we don't want to also waste other spell slots. It's 4 sorcery points, so yeah, we can. Oh, yeah, it could be for any spell. Any damage can be transmuted to these. Yeah, so we can get transmuted spell. Signify that Raichu is a trans icon. We can get another cantrip. Let's check out our cantrips. I think we should get, because again, I like the idea of the cantrips being more fun of like, this Raichu player is like daydreaming about wanting to play like the surfer equivalent of their character. So we're gonna go for Gust, because I don't think Mind Sliver is really gonna be in this build. If we did a Alolan Raichu build, I think Mind Sliver would be in there. But we're just gonna pick up Gust as a way to just like get telekinetic without having telekinetic. And for our spell, let's see what we should pick up. So let's check out our other 5th level spell slot options if we want to pick up any of those. Because mind you, transmute spell, we can get a lot funkier. Ooh, I know we're saying that maybe... Ooh, maybe here we can have, like... Ooh, okay. Hear me out. This is maybe when the player takes, like, a transition to going a bit more Alolan Raichu in some of their abilities. Like, maybe they had, like, a Mind Flare plot, and they wanted to do a bit more psychic stuff. So that could be really cool. And if we wanted to, they could always just transmute it to lightning damage anyway. So yeah, why don't we get Synaptic Static, which basically is anyone within range gets a burst of psychic, or in our case electric energy if we so decide. Each player within 20-foot radius of the spot you choose must make an intelligence saving throw. A creature within it has intelligence score of 2 or lower isn't affected, but they take 8d6 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. On a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During this time, it rolls a d6 and subtract the number from its attack and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. The target must make an intelligence saving throw at the end of its turn. But yeah, no, that could work with either electricity or psychic damage if we wanted to work with that. So that is actually pretty cool, and works with the idea of this player maybe fantasizing or wanting to be more of a Alolan Raichu. But also, consider, this can give the elephant disadvantage on casting any spells. You know how elephants do. And we're at level 11. Let's see. Level 11, just another spell. Just another spell. Time to make an elephant cast Fireball. Yeah, you attack the elephant. The elephant is secretly an archdruid in disguise the whole time. The elephant actually was not. Oh my god, no! This sounds like a dumb plot twist in a D&D game, where it's like you thought the elephant, Matt. You thought the elephant incident was. You thought that was just. You really did just think that you were the only one involved in it. You thought it was just an accident. No, the Circle of Druids were hunting down this circus for potential sorcerers and bards who attempted to use the circus as a means of capitalism to destroy the environment. So this arch druid just acts as like an eco-terrorist to destroy big circus. And to free the animals from the circus from animal cruelty, and Raichu just has a "Are we the baddies?" moment. Oh my god. See, this is why I like. See, I've done the concept of making a D&D Pokemon be the basis of a D&D character once for like a cast form, which I love. But that's not gonna get a whole entire build out of it because like it's very simple. Because all that you have to do to be cast form is play an Eladrin druid, Eladrin elf, so you can be the different weathers. But just place them as seasons and just be a druid or have access to druidcraft, so you can predict the weather and then manipulate the weather. And then pick whatever subclass you want, because at that point it doesn't matter. I just chose stars because I think it's cool that Weather Girl got Magical Girl transformation. But yeah, at level 11, we get access to 6 level spells if we want them, so we can see if we want any of those right now. Ooh, Chain Lightning, Chain Lightning. We need Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning, please. Thank you. Chain Lightning, absolutely. I don't see a Livani build as a druid or... Ooh, that's interesting. I know I have 2 more in place. I may see if I have the energy to do the second one, just because I have a lot of thoughts about it. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. You've probably seen it a lot from just me messing around with Google, but I kind of want to play around with it. But that seems interesting. I do think Leafani would be a cool bard one, because I do know the Pokedex entry does state that it's a lot more like, oh yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it as like a shepherd circle of shepherds, to sort of be like a protector, and also being a more like soft figure. Like I feel like it'd be mostly druid with a side up bard, but no, I'd definitely consider that. That's actually really cool. Anyway, let's look at Chain Lightning, because I know literally yesterday I was in a one shot, like an epic level one shot, and one of the players was a Storm Sorcerer. This was before I had the inspiration to do this, and I knew Chain Lightning was a spell they used, and I kind of want to look at it more. You create a bolt of lightning that arcs between your choice that you can see within range. 3 bolts leap from the target as many as 3 other targets. Each must make a 30. Each must be within 30 feet of the first target. A target of the creature or object can be targeted only by 1 bolt. Dexterity throw. The target takes 10d8 damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. Okay. So, hypothetically, for the damage, right, for the elephant massacre, right, say we have our elephant held down by Hold Monster, and we need to decimate this elephant, and rules as written, this would be 20d8, because it would just fail the dex save. So let's bump that d6 to an 8. Oh, we do it. We'd on average kill an Indian elephant by far with 20d8 lightning damage. We could on average kill 3 elephants with chain lightning. Well, okay, we couldn't do it in 1 round, because not yet. Not yet. We'd have to wait till we get 7th level till we could possibly triple kill elephants to have the most powerful Raichu ever. But this is power. But let's see if we didn't even Thunder Wave, right? Let's just see the average of 10d8 plus 5 because of our having sorcerer level. On average, that is still, even without a crit, that's on average 50 damage, which is still insane on an elephant. But no, that's good. That's some good shit right there. All right, let's heckin' go. Now we get to 12, so we get. Now here, I want to kind of consider feet because we haven't. Your Honor, I'd like to consider feet into the court. So let's look at what kind of feats we can maybe get that would help here. Because we already got Elemental Adept, which is the good one that we need. Because that just helps to get closer to the average here. I don't think Raichu has trap resistance. I'm sorry. I don't know if Raichu's that alert. We gave him a wisdom penalty. We could always go Metamagic Adapt, which will just give us more Metamagic and more sorcery points. That never hurts. Or, hear me out, the player is really wanting to do Alolan Raichu and wants to get telekinetic. You know what? Let's start going. Let's enable the player wanting to be more Alolan Raichu for this like second half here. So you need to learn Mage Hand, Cantrip, bonus action, shove people. Oh, it's bonus action. Ooh, to make people more in the line. Yeah, okay. We're gonna give Raichu telekinetic as the player wants to sort of build the idea of after this plot twist they have to not only use their electrical powers but use other forms of power. I feel also because sorcerers and Tasha's got a lot of crystal like items. I feel like we could have a lot of fun using those as like we could have a lot of fun using those as like okay, so the Thunderstone, I'm thinking it's like the arcane focus, and then we had the like sorcerer crystals that sorcerers can attune to that gives them like special buffs with their magic and everything. I think that would be really cool and make that big them like more mentally awakened, like not quite full on like aberrant mind, but starting to get that psychic flavor, and that's how we can get that involved and make it feel organic, so then the player could potentially get endgame more Alolan Raichu. So we can pick up telekinetic. So which mental stat are we gonna boost? Because we have charisma already. We probably could have picked that even at level 8, but hey, it also gave us a con boost, so that's never bad. We can. I feel like if we're getting psychic powers, I feel like Raichu's getting a bit smarter, because I feel like that's always what psychic powers I associate with. I don't think Raichu has a good vibe on people even now. I feel like after the oh, that is a bit louder. That is a bit louder than I was expecting. Here, I'll turn that down a little bit. Like even after Raichu's epiphany of the whole Archdruid eco-terrorist against capitalism arc, I do feel like that was only made him more paranoid and less knowing what is true and what's not, especially when seeing large animals like the saber-tooth tigers known for their setting, because the DM thought that would be cool. Okay, thank you. Let me see. What else do we get at 12th level? We also get another spell. Oh wait, we don't? We don't get another spell level 12? That's crazy. That's a shame. Oh no, we get spells at every other level? Oh no. These poor sorcerers, why don't they get a spell every level? That's so bad. They need it. They really do, so all we get is just a feat and a sorcery point. Cool. I hate that. Like, I get they're gonna be casting these spells a lot more often, and I guess that's the reason why they balanced it, but it's like, man, really just wanted to bully them at the Warlock, huh? Even Bard gets like 22 spells, you know? Well, sorry, Raichu. No new spell for you. It's level 13, baby. Alright, so let's see what we can get as a level 7 spell. If we want to pick up a level 7 spell, even. Yeah, I don't think these really fit. Reverse Gravity may fit later on if we want to more invest in the psychic powers, but I feel like if we're now investing in the idea that Raichu is now awakening their mind and more of their telekinetic abilities to become more like a lowland Raichu, I think we will go to telekinesis. Yeah, just go for big manipulating everything. Just like a massive awakening happens, Raichu learns. Raichu tries to get like the mind's eye opens, gets that big power like sorcerer thing where like the power just overflows them, takes over, and trying to control them. That's what telekinesis is. It's just them casting psychic for 10 minutes. Where they can just move things around as they want, set up the lightning bolts. That sounds cool. I like that. I'm gonna lean in more into this to Raichu becoming more a lowland Raichu, become soft boy, but very, very psychically aware. Alright, and I think that's it for Sorcerer at level 13. It is! Alright, but next level we're gonna get a Sorcerer feature. We're gonna get a Sorcerer feature, guys. Alright, so let's look at what we get at level 14. I think it's a cool ability. So, at level 14, we get Storm's Fury. At 17th level, when you are hit by a melee attack, you can use reaction to deal lightning damage to the attacker. The spell damage equals your sorcerer level, so that's 14 damage anytime we're attacked. The attacker must also make a strength saving throw against your sorcerer spell, since your sorcerer spell DC, which is like 18 at this point. On a failed save, the attacker is pushed in a straight line 20 feet away from you. So at this point, we can push around, and even with like telekinetic or even telekinesis, we can really just control the battlefield, so then we can set up those lightning bolts, which at this level play is really what we're going for. Because at higher level play, I've really learned that level 3 spell slots are the real bread and butter. Those are the main spells you're going to be doing for damage, and especially with sorcery points to get those added on. you can go absolutely crazy with it. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. Because you could always just, like, as bonus action, like, no, I want you actually to go over here, please. Hi, Steampunk Cack, how you doing? We are making a Raichu in D&D, and we've gone to a very interesting arc with Raichu. We, at first, wanted to make Raichu simply just one-shot an elephant based on his Pokedex entry, which we have succeeded. That is the thing Raichu can do. And Raichu, after that point, I've sort of developed more the idea of having Raichu go more into a lowland Raichu and pick up a lot more psychic abilities, and is going knocking futz right now. God, at Bittersweet, we postponed a 20-session campaign, 4-hour long session, but we made new characters for a new campaign. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. No, I get that. I know. Hey, 20 seconds is a long time. I think the longest campaign I was in was like early 40 sessions. That was like a 2-year campaign. But no, that could be rough because I know I've definitely been the person who has stopped a campaign when it was like kind of just like, sorry guys, the vibe is not here. I kind of want to try and do something else. Maybe I'll get back to it. I probably might not get back to it, but I hope to. Decided on doing Twilight Domain Turtle. I would be interested to hear like how that plays, because I know for me, I did it a long time ago. I did a D&D tier list, and I just thought Twilight Domain was weird. It was very OP in a weird niche way because of how dark vision, how they just basically do I see in the dark straight up, like no color blindness, like nah, I just have super dark vision. And it's like weird in how it's overpowered. Like it's not overpowered in the sense that like it's going to affect mechanics, but it's like weirdly overpowered in terms of like affecting flavor and like affecting how to build atmosphere. And it's I just remember it being very weird that it was that good in what it does. Let's do Flying Darkness, Dim Light on top of everything else. So, yeah, I think that's a bit later on levels. I could be wrong. But it's weird. I think if it was like for a one shot, it's probably really cool. But I think Twilight Cleric is more just like, if you're playing for a long-term campaign, I feel like that's really, I don't know, I don't think it'd be as fun. In a more just like, not fun for mostly the DM, and not in a way where it's like, oh, the DM's not going to be able to like kill the player, but more in a way where it's like, oh, well, I guess you just know, like you just see this. And like sometimes that could be spooky, but I think a big part of horror is like not seeing something, or having the idea of, yeah, you can, with dark vision, you can see what happens, but it's like seeing it on like a dark vision camera. We've got Tempest Cleric, we got Twilight Cleric in a high level campaign I'm in. The biggest thing I felt about the Twilight Cleric is how good the temp HPR is. I mean, I bet, I haven't looked at it since I did a tier list in like November or September or something, but yeah, that's one where it's like, unless it's a high level campaign and I don't care, like a one shot, it's definitely gonna be like, hey, I want to rework this. Okay, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. I know for me as a DM, I don't like flight before 5th level, because like at 5th level it's like, yeah, okay, like always anyone could cast fly at like 5th level. Or even if it's like an ASMR level 3, it's like, okay, you get this for like a minute. You get this for like one combat. That's fine. I think for more permanent or more like, hey, I want a lot of flight abilities, it's more okay at like 2nd tier. For sure. Did somebody get slapped? What? Okay, that's not bad. Hey, I mean, a sorcerer could get that as well. They have to spend spell slots and sorcerer points, but... Alright. Not bad, especially because clerics can't normally fly. It's weird how Twilight Domain gets it, but hey, not gonna judge. Also, Hell, if you want to know... Hell Nightmare, if you want to know if someone got slapped, Elephant sure got slapped about... at 11th level. 11th level is when Elephant is able to be one-shot by 5th level Lightning Bolt and Hold Monster combo wombo. Last D&D characters I've had anything with is a little half-bred Goliath halfling merchant girl. Oh, that's cute. Her gimmick is she didn't look it, but she's strong enough to 2,000 pounds. She's too friendly to do it unless someone did something really horrible. That's adorable. That's adorable. I love that. I love the idea of, like, this, like, person who seems like maybe average tall at best, just being like, no, they have the strength of, like, a giant. That's really cute. I like that. The thing that we were talking about was that you can just withdraw in your chair while in the air for 15 feet in the air, since being in the shell sets your speed at 0. Interesting. Use hover. Huh. Did not know. See, again, I haven't looked in a long time. I just remember finding it very... Again, it wasn't like mechanically, like with damage output I found that bad. It was more like how they dealt with dark vision. Like, this is so, like, this is like the one person who, like, really hated dark vision, and someone made their personal nightmare, and that's the Twilight Domain. Alright. But yes, we get telekinesis at level 13, and now we get level 14. Did we get a level 14? No, we did not make level 14. Oh, Snowrun, it's not your turn yet. Paste. No, hey. Yes, and live. Alright, you. Alright, you. Level, yes. So we're gonna get Storm's Fury, which is very nice. Because as is a reaction, so that could be like essentially our static, which is really cool. Love that. Let's see, do we get anything else at 14th level? Because I don't think we get a new spell at 14th level. We do not. We just get that. We just get our one. Let's get that level 15. We get a new spell if we want to. At last, and we can see if we want anything at level 8. I don't know if we want to get anything that high. Initially. Ooh, let's check Power Word Stun. Let's see if we want the ultimate paralysis. Wait, I missed something. Why did Hold Monster have to do with killing the elephant? Just to make sure it fails the saving throw. That's -1 dex save. It probably would fail anyway. It's not just about the dex save. It's about the auto crit. Because all attacks are crits. So, basically, it would just be like, alright, you're paralyzed, you automatically fail the save, and you're getting the most damage possible. Ah. Cool. Well, KB, congratulations. You ruined my night. Here's your award. I don't actually have an award on me. Well, KB, you ruined my childlike wonder. You ruined my childlike wonder of being a spellcaster and not knowing the rules. Alright, so let's redo dice math. Because, yeah, this is... Yeah, because this is the damage that we'd get on average with a default level 6 casting. But now we're at level 14. We're at level 15. We can cast it at 8th level. So we can upcast it. Right? Chain Lightning can upcast, right? Ah, just adds another target. Okay. Alright, see. See, but let's add that. Maybe instead we make it a 8th level lightning bolt, which would make it, instead of 68 or 8d6, it would then be, alright, 8d6, so that would be plus 3 plus 5, so that's going to be 13, 6. Damn, I'm stuck in the 50 range. KB, no, you can stay here. You can stay here. Just know you're giving me a moment of crisis when I thought the hurdle was done. Because man, it sure does suck that some spells just can't crit, and like I understand, but also I think it's kind of cool if spells crit. But then again, I balance that differently in my own game, so. Alright. Well, now I don't know if we're gonna get our goal. At least with the rules as written. Alright. So, let's look at that power word stun. Let's speak a word, power that can overwhelm one's the mind of one creature that you can see within range. Leave it dumbfounded. Target has 150 hit points or fewer. It is stunned, otherwise the spell has no effect. The stunned target must make a Constitution saving throw. Why don't I just check paralysis one more time, huh? Just as a treat. As a treat, just make sure if it is attacks or not. Ha ha ha. It is specifically an attack. Cool. Oh, and it also is within 5 feet, but that doesn't really matter because we can just do point blank any of those lightning moves. Though I don't think we need power word stun, honestly. Let's see. What else could we do to make it even better? Because we could always essentially wombo combo. It's just kind of like, oh, I wanted that. I wanted the instant lightning bolt or chain lightning. Let's see, what's some other spells that we can sort of see here that'd be really good? You know, we could always pick up since we're having our character go through more psychic abilities, we can now pick up things like Tasha's Mind Whip, which is not bad at any point to pick up. Yeah, that means that's to choose either move, action, or bonus action, no reactions. And get some good psychic damage, so why don't we just get Tasha's Mind Whip as a treat, because that's how sorcerers are. We only get things as treats. Nothing's ever good for us. We never get to not know the rules and be rewarded. Let's see, at level 16, we get another ability score improvement, or, well, we don't really need ability score improvement. Like, we could get it, but we're not really here for it. So let's see what we could do with feats once again. We could always get telepathic as sort of a good old reliable, but let's see if we could do anything that can affect... Ooh, let's see what we can do about Warcaster, because we got some concentration spells. Let's see, we could get Warcaster. Let's see, we're gonna get another... We can get another feat, so we could always have a telepathic be like a top off. Unless we have something that can help with... Cyber attacker probably only works with, yeah, melee attack, so that's not gonna work. And we're pretty good at that anyway with our good chances. Because I'm going off average, because... Let's see. Let's just go back at the dice calculator. Can we go back to the dice calculator? Even with max damage, we were very unlikely. Wait. Please. Oh, cool. Why do you even show me a 0% chance to 70? Cool. Alright, fine. I'm sad. Alright. So, let's see. Do we go for Warcaster? Do we really benefit a lot from Warcaster? Because like Warcaster's not bad. I think I'll go for telepathic right now. Just because it's another psychic like feat, and it kind of fits with the vibes that we're getting here with this Raichu more developing psychic powers in its more late game arc. I think it increases another mental stat. Yeah, so we're just gonna increase intelligence because I don't feel like wisdom gets better. I feel like this is a character that learns things and suffers for it. This mouse learns too much and learns to suffer. Alright. Telepathic. And nothing else, huh? Yep. Then we get level 17. And oh, we get a meta magic at level 17. Okay. I guess they wanted to throw us a bone after 7 levels. Like, here, get a meta magic. Go ahead. Level 17. So here we get a meta magic and another spell. Let's look at the meta magic first, since that's here. I guess Quicken Spell never hurts. That, let's see, how many ones do we have attack rolls for to make Seeking Spell worth it? Excuse me. Because, like, all the spells we got, like, which ones really rely on attack rolls? You could be gone. Because we've got that saving throw. Whoa. Alright, so we've got Chromatic Orb, Witch Bolt. Yeah, we don't really have anything that really needs attack roll, so Seeking is not really worth it. I guess Quickened, yeah, because Quickened is just good. Me and the homies love Quicken Spell. You can never go wrong with Quicken Spell. Okay. Really dumb thought here. So, this isn't necessarily rules as written. So, we could put a pin on it. But I am curious on what we can get if we paralyze the elephant and try to shock and grasp even as a as a cantrip and see how much damage that would do. So right now, that is going to be because we're at level 17 now, and I'm thinking like level 17. That is going to be the max damage, which is going to be 4d8. Okay, so that's only going to be 8d8 plus, at this point, not. No, plus at this point. Yeah, no, at this point it would be. Because it's half level, that's going to be. My brain is making the AOL startup noise. It's gonna be it's 88 plus 7, because we're not at 8 yet. We're not at 18. Wait, no, it would be plus 8 because we're over 16. So that's only gonna even do 44 damage. That's only gonna do a little over half. But, Your Honor, there's nothing against the rules to upcasting a cantrip. I don't think. Is there? I should probably check. Because I've never seen anything saying otherwise, and I do think that's a cool idea to just make a cantrip go knucking futz. Can a cantrip be upcasted by using a spell slot? Downtime activity, cantrip can be swapped out. I don't care about changing them. I want upcast. They don't have any rules for upcasting. They can't be upcasted. That's cool. Yep, alright, Jeremy Crawford said so. I would always allow it, because it's something I wish I could do. So let's say we invested that 9th level spell slot that we just got for the biggest Thunder Punch that can be conceived. Alright, we got this thing paralyzed. We're going for the big punch. So, we have 4d8 naturally already, and we add 9 more d8, so that's gonna be 13d8 times 2 with crit. That would be 26 d8 plus 8. Oh yeah, this is happening. Is it worth the 9th level spell slot to instantly destroy it? Absolutely. But, alright. Alright, let's back up a little bit here. Right, because this is with crit. Alright, let's not even consider crit. Alright, let's go with 13. Alright. Okay. Without the crit, it would not one-shot the elephant. It would super fuck up the elephant. It would really need that automatic crit to do absolutely knucking futz, to absolutely guarantee it's dying. But let's say it's paralyzed. Let's see how low we can cast the Shocking Grasp. So at default it's gonna be 4, so let's go for 8d8 is not gonna work, so let's try at 5th level, so that's gonna be about 4 to what we're considering with crit. So let's try 10d8, so that would be a 2nd level Shocking Grasp at level 17. That wouldn't do it. Okay, so in that case, let's try at level 3. Level 3 would not do it. Level 4 is almost getting to it. Okay. So, allowing a upcasted Shocking Grasp while the elephant is paralyzed, to kill it with a solid average chance, you would need to get that to land the hit and cast it at least at 5th level, right? No, at 4th level. It's at 4th level. Have that crit and upcast. And this is specifically at 17th level. Of course, at lower spell slots, you're going to need to invest a bit more. Mostly because the damage dice is not scaled. But, okay. Cool. Nice. So... Cast Shocking Grasp to 4th level and with crit damage. Found another way to kill the elephant with lightning damage. May I share? Absolutely. Go for it. Like, I'm committed to this weird build that very much feels like a player who was making this go as they were playing along over the course of 2 years and didn't really think that much through. But go ahead. Though I do love the idea of just thunder punching this motherfucker, or even just zapping the tail really hard. Why do that? Oh. Get out of here. Hi, Snowrun. Get out of here. We're level 18 now. Wait, at 17 I think I also get... Wait, I think I went ahead of myself. I was too much in the zone. I think I get another spell. I do, because I can get a 9th level spell. If I even want a 9th level spell. I don't know if Raichu even needs the 9th level spell initially. Yeah, I don't think it uses a sword, so it's not gonna get Blade of Disaster. Ooh, Psychic Scream though. That would be really good for the psychic flavor of the Lowland Raichu. That would be really good, actually. Yeah. No, we're getting Psychic Scream. Because that's a real good. And also, if we wanted to, we can always convert that to electric damage with transmuting. Which is really cool. Let's check that 14d6, just, you know, on average. Assuming we are, in fact, using a transmutation to make it electric with meta magic, that would be plus, at this point, 9. No, it would still be plus 8, because we're not at 18th level. Not enough to average kill elephants psychically, but would really fuck them up. So I need to go back to 17. Oh, also... Psychic Scream. Alright, we're at level 18. What do we get at level 18? We get a Sorcerer feature. And I think I have an idea of how this would be portrayed. Alright, so at level 17, or level 18, we get Wind Soul. You magically gain a flying speed of 60 feet. I like to imagine this is the point when the player fully goes full on Raichu, and is like, yes, I've learned to surf with my tail, with my own mental energies. As an action, you can reduce your flying speed to 30 feet for an hour, and choose a number of creatures within 30 feet of you, equal to 3 plus your charisma modifier, so up to 8 people for us. Choose these creatures magically gain a flying speed of 30 feet, for 1 hour. Oh, who followed? Who came by? Oh, thank you, Polis Ranger, for the follow. I really appreciate it. But no, that's really cool. I really like the idea of them just like finally getting the hang of their psychic power, of like their mental powers about the storm and mind, to just like have everyone hang 10 and surf the psychic waves in the sky. That's really cool. Okay, so we got a lot of numbers from KB. Alright, so this is an entirely different build, which is super fair. But if you go Evocation Wizard, level 14, you can pick up Transmuted Spell with either Sorcerer Dip or Metamagic Feed. Casting Scorching Ray at 5th level, use the Evocation Wizard over channel with the maximizing the damage dice. Add your +5 into one of the rolls with Empowered Evocation. That's 6 rays doing 12 damage each. That's 72 total, +5, 77, which would just be 1 point over the elephant hit points. Yes, and of course we need to hold monster to do that. Yes, of course. I would say one reason why I chose Sorcerer in particular is because Raichu is not a mouse of study. Raichu is a mouse of charisma. They were once a Pikachu in the circus. Their power is innate. And also they don't believe in God, so that's why they're not Storm Cleric, by the way. Raichu's an atheist. But no, Wind Soul's pretty cool. We get to Wind Soul, Big Surf, Alolan, Vacation Complete. Yeah, this is when it becomes full on Alolan Raichu at this point. And we get no more spells. We could always replace Jump if we really wanted to. I probably will replace Jump. Yeah, why don't we replace Jump? Place Jump. Didn't need. Place it with Ego. Wait, let's see if the spell I'm thinking of is, if that's actually UA or if that's real. Ego Whip is UA, so I won't allow that. But I will allow the Psychic Lance. Oh yeah, for sure, Raichu's not a wizard, but I think this assignment as kill elephant with 1 turn with lightning damage. Oh, and that's super fair. That is super fair. But yeah, I think we're gonna pick up the Psychic Lance here. Because I feel like in the later game, that's when Raichu is developing a lot more of the psychic angle. So yeah, we're gonna pick up this because because Psychic Lance is really good. It's only verbal. You just have to say their name, and it just targets them. And even if they're not in range, the target. Wait. Yeah, it just goes, but it's 120 feet. Massive. You just have to say their name. It's wild, and to have to do an intelligence saving throw, which is not common, to 76, and if they fail to save, they're incapacitated for a turn, which is wild. It's very good, very powerful, and when you're at this point of the game, you might as well just go Knucking Futz. So I don't care to say Werthulium, so I'm just gonna say Psychic Spear. You know, I really was excited to do 2 other builds, and I knew it was going to be long. I didn't realize I'd be spending 3 hours invested in Raichu arc, and Raichu's life story, and, doing all that, but I guess Spells does that to me. But I'm having a lot of fun, and I definitely want to do more of this. Alright, so, now we're at level 19. We get another feat or ability score improvement. And, other than sorcery points, what would I get out of Metamagic Adept? So, if I got Metamagic Adept, right, how much? Because I got 1, is it 1 or 2 Metamagics? I think it's 2. I get 2 more meta. Like, do I want those? Yeah, 2 meta magic options and 2 more sorcery points, so you could actually use them if you weren't a sorcerer. Let's see, do I even want those, or should I just go for spellcaster? Probably, honestly, because I'm having a lot of fun. I had 2 other Pokemon I wanted to do tonight, but I've really, like, I'm realizing it took me about 3 hours to do just Raichu. So I'm probably not gonna do what's next because I don't want to spend another 3 hours. I don't want to be up till 3:30. And especially because I do have multi-class intentions, which could complicate things. So we probably are gonna get more of these. But yeah, let's check out Meta Magic. Let's see, because careful spell casting we don't really need. We can choose a lot of our spells. Distance spell casting could be interesting. We could distance shocking grasp. But honestly, for the elephant killing meta, that's not as efficient because we need to be 5 feet to get the crit effect. Oh. Let's see. Seeking spell we established isn't that useful. Twinned? That's mostly only decent for Chromatic Orb, I think. Right? Because let me see. So we already got quick and spellcasting. Unfortunately, we can't twin jump anymore. We can twin Psychic Lance. We can twin Psychic Spear. We could twin Mind Whip. We could twin Hold Monster to save spell slots, and also withhold more elephants. I think Synaptic Static is only 1 target. Hold up. Is it only 1 target? Let me double check. Sorcerer spells, 5th level. Synaptic Static. That is... Yeah, each creature. That's not single target. Jump is no longer in the house. I think Mirror Image is only self. Is Mirror Image Touch, or is that only on self? I think it's only on self. It would make sense if it's only on self. Mirror Image. Mirror Image is on self. But we also got Hold Person later on, so is that. Witch Bolt, Chromatic Orb, Charm Person. Okay, we can get Twin Spell. Twin Spell wouldn't hurt. Yeah, okay, so we could get maybe Twin Spell and just see, Careful Spell would be very situational if we have like a monk or rogue in the party, but in a vacuum, not really that useful. I guess we can get Twin Spelled and Subtle Spell, because Subtle Spell, I think, works with the Psychic energy, like the Psychic vibes we're getting here. So let's just go for Meta Magic Adept. Subtle Spell and and then we also get, what was the one I was thinking? Twinned spell casting. Alright, and then we finally get to the end of Raichu's arc. As Raichu finally attains level 20, you get no more new spells, but you know what you do get? You get, I guess, two 7th level spells is actually pretty good. But yeah, we get Sorcerer Restoration, which means at the start of every combat, we're just gonna get 4 sorcery points. Oh, it's whenever we finish a short rest. It's not even just whenever we begin a combat. Oh, hey, Peculiar, but hey, B, how you doing? How you doing? We spent 3 hours talking about how to make Raichu to an efficient elephant-killing machine. So, hey, B, you came here. You came here pretty late. I found out that I knew from you that these can take a while. I didn't realize I'd be spending 3 hours on Raichu alone. Especially with Sorcerer. So yeah, I'm gonna do more of this, I guess, because I want to do 2 more tonight. But it is almost 1 o'clock. And I don't want to go for another 3 to 2 hours. So, hi. We're going to do the quick overview. We're going to do the presentation. So, B, hi. This is for you. This is Raichu. Raichu's goal is to one-shot an elephant based off their Pokedex entry. Now, instead of going for any of the smaller races, such as Halfling or Gnome, we found that it didn't quite fit a funny little mouse. So we went custom lineage, which is not something I do often. We made him small, because they're a little mouse. And we gave him +2 Charisma and Elemental Adept for Lightning, due to the fact that they are going to be mostly using electricity and, you know, doing pretty decent at it. We gave them Arcana Proficiency because they oftentimes have massive outputs of electricity and in the Pokedex entry, and trying to use Arcana as the way to attempt to control that. They also know Sylvan because I think it's the closest thing of like animal speak with face stuff. Raichu's background is being an entertainer. They used to work for a circus. Raichu had an incident one day while used to being the star of a circus as a Pikachu, and elephants came out from the back. They didn't really know what was going on, but they knew it was horrible. And depending on who you ask, some say that Raichu made things worse with their lightning, aggravating the elephants. Some say that they knocked out the elephant outright with a burst of unmatched lightning energy that horrified not only the crowd, but Raichu himself. Thus leading to them wanting to try and avoid the reputation of being this person that either ruined a show or made a show worse. So Raichu goes around trying to redeem their name. They also know how to play the cello, because Pikachu played a cello once in Gen 4's anime, and it's one of the first pictures that shows up there. And they have an idol uniform because they're more cute. They were more cute back in the day, so they have that on them. Oh dang! Yeah, I think this is why I went 3 hours. I think this is why I went 3 hours. Anyone who's been watching the stream has probably guessed who's next, but I've been thinking a lot about their build, not necessarily mechanically, but just story of the character. But yes, these are the stats after we finished with feats. So keep that in mind. At the end of everything, Raichu is mostly into Charisma, but it's not bad at Dex, Con, or Intelligence. They are bad at Wisdom, mostly because Raichu just doesn't have a lot of, they're very anxious, so they don't really get the right reads on people, or have as aware of the environment as they'd like. They compensate that with good dexterity to try and like move their tail around, which is usually where a lot of their electricity outputs to, because it's mostly a wire. But they try not to have it cause problems. It still does, but they try to do it a lot more with the physical manipulation of the tail rather than knowing the environment. Yeah, I know it's probably gonna be one per. I think it's probably gonna be one per. So I went to Storm Sorcerer right off the bat. We gave them proficiency in deception so they can lie about not being involved in the incident, and about religion as a consolation prize to the Tempest Cleric. That 2 people at least told me would be the best idea to one-shot an elephant. I said nay to that. So we have Tempistic Magic for this point, and at first Raichu thinks this is just them jumping with their big tail. But we'll find out later what it really is now that we know the grand narrative of Raichu from 1 to 20. That's going to be a surprise. We have Lightning Lure and Shocking Grasp, which are our main offensive cantrips. Shocking Grasp is going to be especially an MVP, and Message is going to be there because of Raichu's tail being like a copper wire, being a perfect material component for Message, and Light because the cheeks can light up in the dark. Raichu's going to start off with Chromatic Orb to do Electro Ball, and Charm Person because Pikachu can learn Charm, and I think it's cool and neat. At level 2, Raichu gets Sorcery Points and gets Witch Bolt because I couldn't think of any other spell to pick from first level. But it does electric damage, and it's probably going to be better when we cast higher level spells. At 3rd level, we get Meta Magic, so we got Empowered Spell and Heightened Spell, so we can just guarantee to make people more likely to fail saves. Rather, if it be for something like Cold Person, which is going to be our Thunder Wave Pokemon move, not the D&D spell, to paralyze people. More likely for that to happen, and using Empowered Spell to make it even more likely that we do very good damage with Lightning. At level 4, we took the ASI to get Charisma bonus as well as Mirror Image to essentially get Double Team. At this point, I sort of struggled with picking out spells, but this is just something so that we can get Double Team, give Raichu a bit more security, especially the fact that they're going to have like 12 AC without any magical items. So this is the way how they can have more likelihood to survive. At this point, the player of Raichu sort of has a joke idea that Raichu wants to sort of maybe move on from their circus arc. Maybe they're not being as interested in it and want to move on to sort of like the idea of like having a joke hobby, like surfing or something. So they pick up Shape Water. This will in no way become a major character trait for Raichu. At level 5, Raichu finally gets Lightning Bolt and is able to really feel power from their build. And they get Magical Guidance, which is the thing I didn't know Sorcerers got from Tasha's, but it just helps them out with ability checks. So that's neat. Raichu's got quite a few. At level 6, we got Heart of the Storm, which really lets us adds on to our consistency and damage, both in our electric spells, which we've got quite a few. We got Storm Guide, so we can control the weather a little bit, which is pretty nice. And we think it's just because we have a really neat tail and we propel it and do some fun stuff. We also just picked up Dragon Breath as another way to get electric type moves. Maybe used as a discharge. Yeah, I'm just right next to Raichu. Hi, we're pals. At level 7, we got Storm Sphere because we entered the Sorcerer Drought, and we just needed spells with Lightning. At level 8, we increased our Charisma to get to a natural 20, and we got Con, so that got pretty good. And we got Jump for Agility, and I couldn't think of any other spell to give Raichu. At level 9, we got Hold Monster, which is a good way to save our modifiers for to paralyze the elephant, so we can work on crits for it. However, I did have a misconception how paralysis worked, and did not realize that Lightning Bolt does not count as anything to have any of the benefits of paralysis due to the fact it is not an attack. But we'll find that out in like 8 levels from now. But I thought for a moment we were close to one-shotting the elephant. At level 10? At level 10 is when Raichu sort of discovers a secret part of Raichu's whole character. At this point, they learn transmute spells, so they're more likely to have things to turn to electricity. They get Gus to sort of help out with their surfing, and play around with this sort of idea of like doing small manipulations and playing with the idea of that maybe the player wants to do a different angle with Raichu. The player now wants to try and have the idea of going hard on the surfing joke and also play around with things outside of electricity, going for more psychic stuff. And maybe the player at first will start transmuting it to like electricity, make it pretty flexible, but at this point we're transitioning more from vanilla Raichu to more Alolan Raichu. At this point, we are now going to go more and more and realize that that they have sort of an awakening. And maybe from working with different shards the DM's giving them, which are like sorcerer items, or the player is finding a different playstyle, but how the player is sort of finding out that Raichu has sort of an awakened mind and some psychic abilities they use to help them out in combat and everyday life. At level 11, we get Chain Lightning, and I thought with saving throw, I thought with spells could crit when it's not an attack roll, but it didn't, so that's all caps Ignorance. At level 12, we get Telekinetic to sort of help push people around and sort of help line up those lightning bolts. And at this point, the intelligence increases for Raichu, because Raichu at this point learns the horrible secret of the backstory of that it wasn't just happenstance that the elephant incident happened. It was actually due to the fact of a archer or druid circle manipulating an event to ruin the reputation of big circuses due to the fact of how they treat animals horribly and free them in a moment of eco-terrorism, and specifically punishing sorcerers and bards that would enable their acts and see them as more of a extension of the problem as opposed to, educating them on the problem. So that's fun. And at this point, Raichu is getting more knowledge, but getting even more anxiety as they see animals and not know which is and which is not a sleeper agent. At this point, Raichu then goes all in the idea of being more psychic based and gets telekinesis, just goes knucking futz with his mental powers, essentially gets psychic in D&D and starts going knucking futz. Level 14 we get Storm's Fury, so now Raichu can essentially do static and impose set electrical damage, his sorcerer level of damage onto people who attack him, and then push them 20 feet away with both thunder and psychic energy. At this point, we start going into the more psychic spells, such as Tasha's Mind Whip. Very simple spell, but Raichu doesn't need higher level spells. And then we get Telepathic, so then we can just have better communication. Raichu's getting very comfortable with their more awakened mind, and also just starting to read minds, get a bit more understanding of what's going on around them, even if it's at a surface level. We get Quicken Spell, and we find out something. So we looked up if one can upcast cantrips, because I know for me that's something I find really cool. But I didn't know if there was any rules. It's something I worry about asking a DM a lot because, anxiety. But there are no rules against upscaling a cantrip, and Jeremy Crawford said that is allowed, though it could cause problems in your table. But also, this is like level 17, you don't give a shit, and so we found out if you have the elephant and hold person, and you use at least a 4th level Shocking Grasp, using the 4d8 of a level 17 Shocking Grasp, with the additional 4d8, multiply by 2 by raw rules. You will one-shot an elephant on average. Also, we pick up Psychic Scream as the ultimate spell that Raichu will get in this build. To just deliver mass amounts of psychic energy or electric energy if they decide, because transmute spell. At this point, we get Wind Soul, so we have fully transitioned to a Lowland Raichu. We are surfing on our tail, always flying, and we can have all of our friends do the big Calabunga with us. We also do replace Jump, because Jump has not been needed this entire game. The player just picked it up because they didn't know what else to get. And we get Psychic Spear instead to go all in psychic spells. At level 19, we get Metamagic Adept, so we can get some more sorcery points and get Twin Spell casting, which is pretty good for our early level spells and for our hold spells, as well as soul casting just as a treat. And then I guess we get 4 sorcery points if we take a nap, and that is Raichu. That is Raichu in a nutshell, and whenever we do this again, we're going to be doing Snorunt. Because of course I'm doing Snorunt, and I thought a lot about the Snorunt character. And that's, I guess, the first time I'm going to be doing Pokemon in D&D. I don't know when I'm going to do this next week, but I want to do it soon. Because this is a lot of fun. Let that poor rat out of the nutshell. Let him out. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. If you think Raichu's going to be in the nutshell, get ready for Snorunt. Snorunt is going to be quite in a nutshell. They're one of my favorites, so they're going to have an emotional journey. But, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Yeah. Hey, for anyone who's still here, after me manically going over 3.5 hours over how do I make Raichu as a D&D character, first off, thank you. Secondly, if you like content like this, and if you're not a regular, hi. I appreciate if you want to follow. If not, that's totally cool. Ha ha ha. And this Friday is going to be my 1-year anniversary. And we're going to celebrate that by doing some more Pokemon. That's right, it's crazy. We're going to be doing a rock type only round of Pokemon Sword. And so far we've done 1 of the stretch goals, which is 200 followers. That unlocks the Isle of Armor. And we are really close to unlocking our second stretch goal, which is 250 followers, which unlocks the Crown Tundra, which gives me a lot of more Pokemon to work with, and more content for me to just play the game. And it's part of the game I've never played before. So, yeah, and it's looking very close and obtainable, and it will happen if we ever reach that throughout the entire playthrough, which at this rate is probably going to happen. But I'm pretty excited about it. I also have 1 more secret stretch goal that I'm going to reveal on Friday. Because I was not expecting this level of rapid success. So, yeah. But yeah, we're going to see when I'm going to do Snorunt, because I have had thoughts about Snorunt a lot. And yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna raid someone. I think I'm gonna support, You know what? I think I'm gonna support a smaller VTuber here. So there's one small VTuber that I found named Banuki the Tanuki. And they're, as you can guess, a Tanuki VTuber, and they've only got 1 viewer. So what if we were to just come into their chill vibes in Genshin with 11 people and just make their night, hopefully. Tanuki, wait, Tanuki the Tanuki? Yes, Tanuki the Tanuki. The Tanuki. Yeah, he has updated his model. He's made it a lot more, like, colorful and everything. I love it. Alright, so, thank you for anyone who stopped by, whether past, present, or future. I hope you have a nice day or evening and have something nice to look back on. And until then, I'll wish you a bye-bye.